doesn't care about you. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. It contains life-saving medications like ivermectin, Z-Pak, and antibiotics. Stock them before they block them.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Welcome back. We're here with Professor Alejo Vidal-Quadras. I hope I said that correct or close to it. He is a former official in the EU and has a story about Iran, an attempt on his life, and has been an expert for the EU on Iranian policy. So, sir, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much. A great pleasure to be with you.
So, tell me your story. I know that there was an attempt on your life and that you've been instrumental in European policy regarding the Iranian state, but I want to hear it in your own words.
Well, I will not start from the day I was born because it would make this interview very long. So I will skip the part of my political life in Spain that was long, and I will start when I arrived to the European Parliament in 1999, and I was elected Spanish member of the European Parliament, and I was immediately elected Vice President of the House, and I was Vice President of the European Parliament for the next 15 years. Then I was invited to join an intergroup, what in American Congress you call a caucus, and this intergroup is called, because it exists, is called Friends of Free Iran, And it's a cross-party intergroup with 70, 80 members from different political groups, covering all the political spectrum, and they support the Iranian resistance, the National Council of Resistance of Iran, led by Mrs. Mariam Rajavi. Then I started to cooperate with them, to collaborate. I got more and more involved, and I was very active in many of their works, notably two of them. One was the delisting of the organization from the blacklist in Europe and in the United States, because we took this case to court, and we won in all courts in Paris, London, Washington, Luxembourg. So that was a great success, political and moral for us, because they were delisted. And the second thing was the transfer of 3,000 members of the MEK and National Council of Resistance from Iraq, where they were being massacred by the Iraqi army. That was Iraqi government in that time was a puppet of the mullahs in Iran. So we transferred them to Albania. In this operation, we had extraordinary assistance by late Senator John McCain. That was very instrumental. So I want to have a very worthful and moved memory of him, because he was a great head, he was a great man. And so I became a public enemy of the mullahs regime. And in October 2022, they published a list of sanctioned people by them. And there was a list of people, a list of organizations. In the list of individuals, I was the first. So you see, the message was clear.
Yes.
In the organizations, the first two organizations of the list, I was chairing both of them. So the message could not be clearer.
Right.
And then on the 9th of November 2023, a hitman, a professional murderer hired by the regime, shot me in the head in Madrid in daylight about 1 o'clock.
I remember that. Yeah, now I remember. Okay, yes.
And then, well, after that, I had to pass a recovery that lasted 7 months. I'm okay now, and I go on with this fight, and I hope that I can do it for many years ahead.
So, what was it that you did or said that you think really set off the regime to have them attempt to murder you?
Well, first of all, there is this list where I was first in the list, so that's already something. Of course, the Iranian regime has killed many Iranian dissidents out of Iran, in Europe, in America. So they are serial killers. You know? They've killed hundreds of their opponents in exile, and they have killed tens of thousands inside Iran. So this regime is a killing machine. You know? So, and then there was another clear indication. The hitman that shot me is a French-Tunisian chap called Mereth Ayari, who is well known by the European police because he's, as I say, a professional criminal. And this Mereth Ayari was arrested in June, last June, in Netherlands, when he was about to break in the house of an Iranian journalist in exile, opponent to the Mullah's regime, to kill this journalist.
Wow.
And the Dutch police that had control of the house with cameras, they saw this man with another one, both with a gun, trying to break into the house to kill this Iranian dissident, and he was arrested. Now he's in prison in Netherlands, and of course the Spanish judiciary has asked for extradition to Spain. So, I mean, I have no doubt. Nobody has no doubt that. Nobody has a doubt that it has been the Iranian regime. They also tried to kill Mrs. Rajavi and what probably would have been a number of foreign dignitaries in 2018 in Villepinte in France. There was a plot to kill your compatriot John Bolton also, and it was foiled by the FBI. Good luck for John. And also there was another threat to Mike Pompeo. Even I have read in the media that there was a plot to kill President Trump before the election. No? So this regime is a criminal terrorist regime, and what they do with their opponents is to kill them. So I had bad luck, you know, because in my case the intelligence service could not warn me in time, and they were following me during weeks and recording me and preparing the attack was very professional. But now there are 8 people arrested in different countries, and the case is investigated by the court, and I hope that this year, 2025, there will be the trial. I hope.
So, did you get a lot of support from the EU infrastructure after he tried to kill you, or were you satisfied with their involvement?
Well, yeah. The reaction to this attack was a statement in plenary by the President of the European Parliament, Mrs. Metsola. She made a public statement, of course, condemning this attack, but no mention of the Iranian regime. The High Representative for Foreign Policy and Security, my compatriot Josep Borrell, he said nothing. All the Iranian embassies in Europe are open. Business as usual goes on, and that's it. So that proves that this policy of the European Union in relation to the Islamic Republic of Iran is a failure. In this think tank I chair, in Search of Justice International Committee, we published recently a white paper called Europe's Failed Policy Towards Iran. I think that Ali sent you a copy of this paper. If you have time, have a look to it, because in this paper we analyze the policy of appeasement, concessions, dialogue that the European Union and also the states have done in relation to Iran in the last 40 years with no result.
Yes.
It's been even counterproductive because they understand this appeasement, these negotiations, these concessions. They understand this as weakness, and after all, we are the unfaithful, no? So they understand it as weakness, and instead of bringing them to rational behavior, all this appeasement makes them more and more aggressive, until the point that in the past, all the killings they did of Iranian dissidents abroad, out of Iran, were done by themselves, by the Revolutionary Guards or by agents of the Minister of Intelligence of Iran. And now they use mafias, they hire mafias, and they have started to try to kill Western politicians, like my case or John Bolton or this attack in 2018 to the big gathering of the resistance in Villepinte in France, where they would have killed dozens of foreign members of parliament and former ministers and former four-star generals of the United States. So this attack was something absolutely insane. And fortunately, it was foiled by the secret services in Germany and Belgium and France. But so you see, this is a point I would like to emphasize. Appeasement policy has failed. It does not work. It is counterproductive. So to continue with this policy is suicidal. So my message that I am delivering in Washington these days to people like you in the media or to think tanks or to Congress members is we must change radically our policy in relation to Iran because it has been a failure. So we must replace the appeasement policy that does not work for a policy of strength, firmness, and determination. And that means hardening sanctions, preventing at all means that they have the nuclear weapon, strangle them financially, and of course, recognizing the only efficient instrument we have to bring change to Iran, that is the Iranian resistance, the National Council of Resistance of Iran, recognizing them and supporting them. This is my message.
Right. Well, thank you very much, sir. Is there anything else you want to get out?
Well, just to say that now is the right moment to do that, because the Iranian regime, the mullahs regime, this criminal theocracy, is in a very difficult moment. They are weak because there is a lot of internal protest, and also Assad has left Syria. Syria
Yes.
is out of control of the mullahs. Hamas and Hezbollah have been extremely damaged by the Gaza war. So it's a moment of, we have a window of opportunity we must not miss.
Professor, I hope to meet you in person someday, but thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll cross paths in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Take care.